Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and on this one we're going to be doing the best Flapple build for Raids on Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. This Pokemon has so many options, you're going to have a lot of fun with this one. But let's start off with where to get it. So first you want to fly over to Mystica West. Once you're here, I want you to head over to these shops over here, and I want you to go in the red one on the far right. Once you're in here, I want you to buy a tomato, and then you're done in this shop. Once you come out of this shop, I want you to go to the next one over, and I want you to buy an avocado, and I also want you to buy a smoked fillet. Once you're done here, I want you to come over here this way over to the last shop. We're going to be buying some salt, and you're going to buy a pick of your choice. Now that that's done, we're going to put a waypoint in the tag tree thicket, and then we're going to fly over to East Province Area 3. And then I want you to go into a picnic. We're going to do this before we actually jump into the tag tree. Then you want to go ahead and make a sandwich. We're going to be going down, and we're going to be making the Great Avocado Sandwich. It's number 45, and it will give us Encounter Power Dragon level 2. Be careful that your ingredients don't fall off, then you can just throw the bread away and put your pick on top. If you did everything right, at the bottom of your screen it should say Great Avocado Sandwich, 3 stars, and then we can come out of our picnic and we can go into the tag tree thicket. Once you're in here, what I want you to do is just headbutt every tree that you come across. So we're just gonna sprint at it on our ride Pokemon. If nothing falls off that tree, move on to the next tree and headbutt that tree, and then eventually an applin will fall off the tree. This shouldn't take you over 5 tries as long as you have that dragon encounter level 2. Should be like every 2 to 3 trees you should find one, and then you just want to catch it. After you've caught your applin, I want you to head over to Mystica West. Now we're going to be buying 2 things from here, so pay close attention. So we're going to be heading this way through this little gateway right here, and I want you to keep going forward and then turn right a little bit here. There'll be a Chansey supply shop. There's the Chansey, it's black and green. Once you're in here, I want you to scroll down, and when you get to the mints, I want you to buy the adamant mint for 20,000. This will increase our attack at the expense of our special attack. Once you've done in here, I want you to turn left this way, and then we're going to turn left again, and you should come to some stairs. If you go forward, I want you to go to the very bottom of those stairs, and then I want you to turn left again, and we're going to be following this road and keep going round until you see the Delibird shop, and then I want you to go in there. Once you're inside the Delibird shop, I want you to click on general goods, and then I want you to scroll down, and you're going to need to buy the tart apple because that will turn us into a Flapple. The sweet apple turns us into an Appleton. Once you evolve your applin into a Flapple, you want to make sure it's a grass type Tera, and we're going to be getting the shell bell for it. Now I'm going to show you where to get the shell bell real quick. You want to fly over to Levincia North. Once you're here, we're just going to be running this way towards this Delibird shop right here. We're going to be clicking on battle items, scroll down a little bit, and you will find the shell bell. I want you to buy one of those and equip it to your Flapple. I want you to apply your adamant mint that you got earlier as well, which is up in attack, down in special attack. Our EVs are going to go into HB and attack. Any leftover EVs that you have, you can put into defense. We're going to be using the hidden ability Hustle. This boosts our attack by 50%, but it lowers our accuracy by 20%. So we will miss some attacks, but it will be worth it because we're doing a lot of damage. Now to get this ability, you will need an ability patch, which you will need to get from 6-star raids. Our moves will be Grav Apple, Iron Defense, Grassy Terrain, and Leech Seed. Grav Apple is going to be our main damaging move. It does 80 damage or 120 with our ability. It's really powerful, and it lowers their defense stat, which is great. Iron Defense raises our defense by 2 stages for when we're against those physical attackers. We have Grassy Terrain, which heals us every round and makes grass type moves 30% stronger. We're going to use Leech Seed at the start of the fight. This will heal us every single round without fail or raid. Now there is 2 ways we can go about using Flapple. The first one is how we're going to do it in this video. We won't be outputting as much damage as the other build, but we'll have a lot more survivability. We won't die, or at least not most of the time. The other build will be full on damage. You will use either a Life Orb or a Metronome to just output the most damage you can do. I would recommend Life Orb because we can miss attacks with our ability, and you would just spam Grav Apple all raid. It will do a lot of damage, but I prefer to use this build. Now Grav Apple, Iron Defense, and Leech Seed we learn all through level up, so you don't have to worry about those. Grassy Terrain, however, we will need to learn a TM to get that. If you don't know where to get TMs, you can go to any Pokemon Center and you can go to the green bit. It's the TM machine. If you want to talk to that, it's going to be TM 137. We're going to need 3000 LP, 3 Flabebe pollen, 3 Sunkern leaves, and 3 Fermantis leaves. I'll show you where to get those right now. So to get your Flabebe, you want to put a waypoint right here, and then you want to fly over to North Province Area 3. Once you're here, I just want you to head over to the dirt path. Once you get to this dirt path, the further you go, the more likely you are to run into some Flabebe. So I'm about halfway down now. This is where you usually start to see them. As you can see, there's quite a few there. They are small though, so keep an eye out for them. You'll also see the Sunfloras, so you can get both your Sunkern leaves and your Flabebe pollen in the same area. You can also get the Fomantis leaves leaves in the same area. They're a bit less common, so you might not find them straight away, but if you keep searching around the same area, you've got the Sunflora and the Flabebes, you will find them eventually. And then you can get your Fomantis leaves. Forgot to mention real quick, make sure you have max IVs on everything except special attack. This will help you a lot in raids. Now, to get max IVs, you will need bottle caps. To get bottle caps, you need to come to any Delibird shop, which are in the main cities. You want to click on general goods, and then you want to buy bottle caps. You will buy 5, and that will get you a full Pokemon, so 100,000 Poké Dollars for 1 Pokemon. And then you want to fly over to Montenegro. Once you're here, you just want to go forward. There will be a person with an Abomasnow right here. You just want to speak to him. He does hyper training. You want to click Pure Flapple, and then you want to click bottle caps. And as you can see, I have HP, attack, defense, special defense, and speed. You want to do the same, leave out special attack. It will be a waste of money. We don't have any special attack. Now that we have our full build, let's get into some raids. We found our first raid. It's a 5-star ground type with Frostlass. It is 4 times super effective against it, but we're going to give it a shot anyway. Let's get straight into it. So it uses Frost Breath on us. This will do a lot of damage. It nearly kills us just straight away. We use Leech Seed. Second turn, we use Grav Apple, do quite a bit of damage. I'm hoping its Curse Body doesn't activate, and then we get some health back because of our Shell Bell. It uses Frost Breath again. Is that us dead? Yes. This is going to be a very difficult raid for us until we terrestrialize because of the 4 times weak to ice types, but we believe in the Flying Dragon Apple Boy. So we use Grav Apple. It does a lot of damage, just below half now, Frostlass. It uses Scary Face, so it slows us down. It's probably faster than us now, possibly. I just want to get that terrestrialized before we can come back. It removes negative effects from itself. That's how the defense drop's gone. And then uses Shadow Ball on us. It is faster than us now. So there's our Grab Apple. This lowers the defense of the Frostlass. We get back to max health with the Leech Seed, I would imagine. So we're back at max health. I'm going to terrestrialize just so it's not 4 times weak to us. So it does use Frost Breath. Let's see how much damage this does. It does just less than half this time. So we use Grab Apple. Let's see how much damage this one does. Hopefully breaks the shield. It does. It also nearly kills the Frostlass and reduces its defense. And it takes us back to full health because of the Shell Bell. Now we're using the Shell Bell because with all the defense drops, we don't really need an item like Metronome Life Orb. We can just keep getting the defense drops every single turn and still do a ton of damage. So we attack first this time and we use another Grab Apple, and the Frostlass goes down. Having that 120 base power because of our ability is really helpful in this situation. Hopefully the next raid's not an ice type so I can show you how much damage it can really do without getting interrupted. So we're on to the second raid. It's a 5-star rock type Altaria. This one should be a bit better. Let's get straight into it. Now I don't think it has any physical attacks, so we're just going to get straight into the Leech Seed. That'll just give us that health back. Our raid does have Hurricane though, which could be quite dangerous. Don't confuse us. Thank you. Now we're going to get into the Grav Apples. We get some health back from the Leech Seed. It uses Safeguard, but it's already burned. Now we're going to start using Grab Apple, get that damage away, get that health back, get them defense dropped. We go back up to 307 health, which is nearly max. It tries using Sing, but misses. We get some of that health back with the Leech Seed. Let's see how much we get back. We get about 25 back. Now we're going to use Grab Apple again, but because of our hidden ability, we don't actually hit. Remember, it is only 80% accuracy because of Hustle, and its shield goes up. That's a shame because that would have done a ton of damage. But even when you do miss, Leech Seed is still giving you some health back. So we're going to try again. We hit this time. It drops the defense a little bit more, gets us a little bit of health back, and gets us 1 step closer to terrestrialization. So it does use Sing and put us to sleep, which is not ideal. Now I don't fancy playing a game of luck, so I'm just going to heal up and get rid of that sleep. Then it uses Dragon Pulse, which is super effective. It does nearly half damage to us. And then it uses Cotton Guard. That will raise its defense by a lot, which is not ideal for us at all. We're going to use Grav Apple again. We do a little bit of damage, reduce its defense, get some health back, and now we should have our terrestrialize. So we get some health back from Leech Seed, and I think we're going to risk it and just go straight for the terrestrialize. So we are terrestrialized now, and we use Grav Apple. Let's see how much damage it does. It does quite a bit of damage, nearly breaks the shield. We get some health back from our Shell Bell, and now Dragon Pulse isn't super effective against us. As long as we hit this, we can't die even from Hurricane. We do hit it and break the shield. We get the defense drop because Safeguard and all that stuff as well. There goes the shield, and this should be an easy kill now. So now we just need 1 more Grav Apple. So it doesn't quite kill it, but we're right nearly at the end. So the Tauros finishes the Altaria off, and we complete another raid. Now if you're against much stronger opponents, you might want to use Metronome or Life Orb to do damage instead of survivability. It's up to you. Either way, it's going to be a very good Pokemon for raids. And if you're using like Life Orb or something, you don't even need to use Leech Seed at the start of the fight because you're sacrificing all your HP anyway. So there's 2 ways you can go about that. There's just loads of different ways you can play Flapple. Let's move on to the third raid. Moving on to our third raid, it's a 5-star rock type Lucario. Let's begin. As far as I know, this is a physical Lucario, so we're going to use Iron Defense to start off. It does use Earthquake. It shouldn't do anything to us. We miss a Leech Seed, unfortunately. It uses Meteor Mash. It's not going to be able to do any damage to us. Physical attackers are useless against Flapple, unless you're 4 times weak to him. So we've used Leech Seed, so now we're getting health back every single turn. Gonna have a bit of fun this raid. We're gonna use Grassy Terrain, so we get that increased damage on our attacks. Lucario does use Iron Defense, however, so that's gonna cause us a little bit of trouble. Now we're gonna start off attacking. No, we won't. We missed. Lucario hits us with a Vacuum Wave, does quite a bit of damage. We're gonna start hitting him with the Grav Apple now to reduce that defense and do a bit of damage and get our Terrestrialize, and at the same time getting our health back. So the shield goes up. So the Vacuum Wave does do quite a bit of damage, but it's nothing that won't get healed up by the Grassy Terrain, the Leech Seed, and our Shell Bell. So it removes negative effects from itself, which is unfortunate. So now it's on +2 defense again because of that Iron Defense from earlier. We need one more attack until we can Terrestrialize. We hit him with another Grav Apple, reducing that defense, so now it's only on +1. Do we get an attack away with Grassy Terrain and Terrestrialize? No. We're just going to continue to use Grav Apple. We're not going to set up the Grassy Terrain again. That was just for a bit of fun. You can use that whenever you want, really. But you don't have to use it. I don't use it in most of the raids I do with Flapple. With Terrestrialize, now we're going to use Grav Apple. It does a lot of damage, as you can see. It nearly kills it. Reduces that defense as well, and next turn we can just finish it off. Well, we don't need to finish it off because all the other Pokemon on our team finished it off, and that's the Lucario now. As you can see, there's a lot of different ways you can actually play Flapple. You just choose which one you want to play. You'll have a lot of fun doing this either way. Speaking of fun, if you enjoyed this video, then check out this Amoonguss build that I'm going to put on screen right now, and I'll catch you on the next one.